Moving overseas, there's still no sign of a slowdown to the rapidly spreading coronavirus in China. Latest numbers from China, 57 deaths on Sunday, up from 45 a day earlier. Many governments around the world have praised China for measures it has taken to stay a step ahead. And nothing symbolizes China's effort more than the 2 hospitals it built from scratch in just 10 days. About 1,400 military medics will treat coronavirus patients at the 1,000-bed Ho-Shen-Shan Hospital of Fire God Mountain in Chinese as the hospital starts receiving patients today. Construction of the 25,000 square meter hospital, approximately the size of 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools, began on 24th January. The Ho-Shen-Shan Hospital is one of 2 makeshift medical facilities that the Chinese authorities decided to build in order to relieve hospitals swamped with patients in Wuhan. The second field hospital, spanning 60,000 square meters, Lei Shen-Shan Hospital, is set to start admitting patients on 5th February with 1,600 beds. To share more on this, we have China Bureau Chief Tan Dawn Wei live on Skype. Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
Dawn, understand that you are still at home, quarantined, yeah?
Yes, that's right.
Just to be on the safe side, of course. Dawn, if you could tell us, how is the first day of operations for Ho-Shen-Shan Hospital? Are things going smoothly there?
The People's Liberation Army has taken over the running of the hospital, and 1,400 medics, many of them who have experienced battling SARS and even Ebola in Sierra Leone and Liberia, are now working at this new facility, which has 1,000 beds. It is a specialized hospital used just for treating patients who have this new coronavirus, and it will go some way in easing the acute bed crunch that Wuhan is now facing. A second hospital, Lei Shen, is scheduled to be completed by Wednesday, and that will have 1,600 beds. So combined, there will be 2,600 beds, in addition to the 6,641 beds in 23 of the designated hospitals in the city. The 2 new hospitals will help alleviate this bed shortage, but it is still not nearly enough because, we're seeing an average of around 2,000 new infections a day from Hubei province in the past few days. And compounding that problem is also a severe shortage of diagnostic kits and medical supplies. So people who are infected don't necessarily get tested. We see reports of many of them queuing up for hours only to be turned away and asked to go home to self-quarantine. And these people may never get treated in hospital unless they get so critically ill. So there is reason to believe that the official count is actually far lower than the actual number of people who are infected. But as experts have said, 1,000 beds means 1,000 critically ill patients can be hospitalized, and that will at least reduce mortality rates and save more lives and relieve some of the pressures on the other hospitals. And the authorities have also ordered that hotels now be converted to treatment centers as well.
Now, Dawn, it seemed like an impossible task to build a functioning hospital in just days. How were they able to do it?
I want to say through sheer grit, it is a remarkable feat. And don't forget, there are 2 hospitals being built at the same time. So you can imagine that the amount of resources that's being poured into the city. More than 4,000 construction workers have toiled day and night to finish Ho-Shen-Shan in 10 days. And they started work on the night of January 23rd, and they finished just last night. And it is not just an empty shell, as you said. It's a fully functioning hospital with electricity, running water, sewage pipes, medical equipment, and their consultation rooms. There's ICU, the wards, and they're all constructed using prefabricated materials and containers. The construction area is about 33,900 square meters, which I think is just a little smaller than our Padang. But China is known, for its infrastructure building prowess. And during the SARS pandemic, it took just 6 days for them to complete a makeshift hospital in Beijing.
Of course, Dawn, the numbers are continuing to rise. It's still spreading. I have to ask, how is China galvanizing to combat this epidemic?
The central government has already launched a mass mobilization of resources from the entire country, and it has sent more than 7,000 medical workers to the epicenter, and it has backup teams as well that can be activated if necessary. It's also directed its state-owned companies to ramp up production of medical supplies, especially face masks and protective suits, which are in acute shortage. And in the meantime, it is importing millions of masks, and donations from around the world are also coming in. And then with the Chinese New Year break over now, factories are going back to work and they're going back to 100% production, which means that China will be producing around 20 million masks a day compared to 8 million just last week. The state media have also been flooding various platforms with images and stories of bravery and sacrifice and trying to galvanize people. And this nationwide effort to combat this outbreak has trickled down to every level, from the big cities to the small villages, and its ability to mobilize at such a scale to deal with the crisis is really quite remarkable, including locking down cities. And this is quite possibly hard for any country, especially liberal democracies, to do.
Well, thank you so much, Dawn, for the update. As always, do stay safe. Now, for those of you who are watching us, of course, you can get the latest updates on the coronavirus on straitstimes.com.